Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly Sidereal forecast for June 22nd through the 28th. My name is Athen. So we've got more of this lunar energy relating to the 6th house for you, which is where we had the new moon last week. We still have Mercury transiting, so I think you're thinking about these things, about your daily activities, your health, your self-improvement, being of service to others, helping others that are in need or that need help or assistance, or just helping them improve in general, which is all seen from the 6th house. Developing crafts, creative things, things like this, or your day-to-day work environment is also seen from the 6th house. So here the new moon is what this whole next 30-day cycle, the next few weeks, is about for you. This week we enter into it in the crescent phase, and towards the weekend will be in the gibbous phase. So very energetic new moon, by the way, because it conjuncted Mars. And so as the week unfolds, more and more of this energy will come about through that area. So really putting in that active energy towards health, diet, routine, taking care of those things, and any goals and intentions that you set in relation to them, I think will be very, very nice, very important. Very important part of your, life, year, we'll say, right now at the moment, which is always when we want to go with the flow of the lunar cycle, which for you, it's in the 6th house right now. But there is a shift, and the shift is going into the area of relationships, which I think you noticed last weekend when the sun went into the 7th. And now Mars going into the 7th, the early part of this week as well, shifting where I think your focus is now on relationships. It's more on one-on-one connections and exchanges, and partnerships, things like this. So that shift is going to be the energy for at least the next 30 days in particular with the sun. So I would, while, moving forward with the 6th house stuff, continue to focus on relationship stuff. I think there's definitely going to be some new beginnings in relation to that next month when we have the new moon in the 7th house for you. But Mars is here too, so a lot of energy, a lot of motivation, a lot of passion to be put into these relationships right now at the moment. So that's the shifting energy. And also as a general energy this week, Jupiter's still trining up to Uranus, which has been all last week as well. Very nice trine, third and final trine actually, where there's been freeing up, hopefully specifically since the eclipse most recently, we'll just say that, relating to home, family, past, your roots, just the general sentimental or emotional side of things that you're liberating, that you have liberated from. There's been this freedom through spiritual freedom because it is in Pisces. But all of that is now supporting this very positive transformation and change that is taking place for you with Jupiter and Venus coming together in this 8th house, now trining up to that Uranus. So here there's a lot of opportunities for you to continue to expand on the shared resources, the deeper things of life, what life is truly about on that level, learning about it, with Jupiter. And this is your ruler too, so a lot of you are going through a lot of just changes in your general life in general, overall life in general. And I think you can enjoy that very much, or have been, with Venus. And there's going to be more opportunities relating to these either crafts or day-to-day things, since Venus does rule that 6th house, and also with groups and friends as well, with Venus ruling the 11th. Conjuncting up to Jupiter really expands and creates opportunities there. And I think you're overall just feeling good, enjoying life, or at least could be, and feeling good about, what your self-image, where you're headed, what your goals are, things like that, and really enjoying that as well. Very active energy, because Jupiter, your ruler, conjunct Venus, means that Venus is now going over you, so to speak, over your ruler. So you get all those benefits of feeling good, looking good, enjoying life, more in the sensual aspects of things, and through that it's supporting again these changes and transformations of that 8th house. So Jupiter does naturally also rule your 4th house also, so I think there's going to be there can be enjoyment with home and family and things like that, probably from all this liberation as well. So anyways, that's the overall theme as the week, for the overall week, and again relating to the daily activities also with the 6th house. But more specifically, let's look at the transits. We really only have a few. Around Tuesday, Mercury squares up to the North Node. Now this is the third and final square up to, excuse me, not the North Node, Neptune. Excuse me, Mercury squaring up to Neptune for the third and final time here this week. around Tuesday. So here are these things that perhaps you're thinking about or, reflecting on, or just been, putting energy into for the past few weeks and redoing, relating to work, the daily work environment, your craft, your health, things like this. It's reminding you to trust and flow with the whole process. But this aspect's already happened twice before in the past few weeks. So it's final integration, whatever you've learned about that, trusting, letting go, and flowing with that stuff, and also not needing to have all the communicative stuff figured out or the mental stuff figured out, which has been Neptune transiting that third house, is going to be very important. Okay, also with relationships, not having to have everything figured out with relationships as well. And I just say that because Mercury is the planet of figuring things out. It's the planet of wanting to, understand it on a very practical level. But Neptune here says, look, there is practical knowledge is great, but there's also a divine process. There's also trust and flow and faith in the whole process. So here, that's what you're learning. Faith, particularly relating to relationships, since Mercury rules the 7th and also rules your 11th of the giving and contributing and causes and friends and things like that. And again, the daily activities. So that's going to be very important this early part of the week, since this is the third and final aspect between Mercury and Neptune. Now, Chiron also goes retrograde around Wednesday, emphasizing that third house. So here, anything that you are redoing or rethinking about, again, your communications or how you're thinking about things, how you're processing information, things like this, you can have been finding that very healing, perhaps helping others heal through communications as well, through your communications, through your voice. But now with Chiron going retrograde, further emphasizing that through learning and wanting to figure out more about how you think, how you learn, how you communicate, I think you'll find that very healing for the next 6 months. And definitely a shift there. So that's the week. And then over the weekend, we've got the sun squaring up to the North Node, reminding you that this whole life path this year is about big picture stuff. It's about work, career, public related things, which is the North Node transiting the 10th house. So putting energy into those things maybe over the weekend, or at least consciously, if not physically, will be a good way to work with the energy, because the square is very constructive. There's passion, there's creativity to be put into that, and that's certainly available. But it's a very nice weekend, I think, for all of us, because Venus will be conjoining up to Jupiter, going exact Monday of next week, but still very close. And then Venus will be trining up to Uranus, further emphasizing a lot of this enjoyment and freedom relating to transformation, relating to the daily activities, relating to friends, relating to home and family, relationships, all this stuff that's aspecting these planets. So all in all, Sagittarius, I think the week is still very much about the health, the diet, things like that, taking care of these things, putting energy into that, also focusing on relationships, and then the deeper aspects of life, the bonds, transformations, all of that's where the opportunities are coming from. Freeing up the home and family stuff, I think, will be very important also. So have a nice week. This was a general look. If you'd like a more specific look, do check out masteringthezodiac.com. Or if you'd like a birth chart reading, because I'm now offering birth chart readings at a discounted price, you can check those out on the website. And if you're new to Sidereal, do check out the website or the description, because this is different from the traditional Western approach, which is tropical astrology. Sidereal uses the actual location of the stars in the sky. So for more information on that, do check those out. Have a nice week, and I'll talk to you all next time. Take care.